Alright, so I figured I'd make an updated video on my remove Windows AI script because it's been a few months since I made this. A lot has happened since then. There's been a lot of bug fixes, and there's been a lot of traction with this script. So I figured I'd make an updated video and clear up some things and just explain what's been going on with the script. So first, obviously, you've heard this a million times from every YouTuber and whatnot, but honestly, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support and stuff, all the donations and whatnot. I knew this script would get pretty popular. I made this script it's been like 2 years now when I originally started it, so I figured it would gain some traction eventually just because I saw the direction Microsoft was going with all the AI stuff. So yeah, thank you guys a lot. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, I'm just going to go through some of the updates. There's been a ton of bug fixes, a ton of like little minor things added to the script. I guess the biggest update is the introduction of the classic apps. So a little while ago I added a way to replace some of the newer apps with the older version. I'll show that in a second in action, but yeah, some of these things I mean, the AI stuff is just it's really baked in. There's nothing you can do about it. So for the people that really want to avoid it, you can use the old version, which a lot of these older versions, like the snipping tool, MS Paint and stuff, like they do exactly what they need to do. They don't need all these new options that Microsoft's adding to them. I mean, I guess the OCR with the new snipping tool is pretty useful, but other than that, that's literally the only thing that's useful. So yeah, if you want to replace those new apps with the old version from like Windows 10 or like Windows 7 stuff, I have that option now. And other than that, it's just been a lot of like small bug fixes and some small features. Like I found all the registry keys for the Office apps. This took a while just because of the way that I had to like reverse engineer this. But anyways, I'm gonna show the classic apps in action real quick. Okay, so once you launch the UI, obviously you can do this with the command line options too, but if you scroll down, you'll have the classic apps options here. Just for this, I'm just going to uncheck all these just because I want to show only the classic apps, and we'll just check all of them, but obviously you can choose which ones you want. And just a little bit of clarification, Photos Legacy, I'll show that in a second when it's downloaded. This isn't like necessarily a classic option. This is from the Windows Store. I don't know when they made this, but they have like a Photos Legacy is what they're calling it. It's basically like the Windows 10 photo viewer, and it doesn't have any AI stuff in it, so that's why that's there. Alright, so we actually got an error on the Photos Legacy. I'm going to try that again. It's probably just some issue with the server being down or something, but for right now, you can see here's the old Notepad, and with Notepad, it'll actually automatically change like the file type association, so it'll automatically, fix this. And normally when you remove the new Notepad, it removes like being able to make a blank text document, so that's fixed. Then we have obviously Paint here. You can see it's the old one, and snipping tool. It's the old one. I really recommend using this snipping tool. It's super nice and clean. Doesn't have a bunch of extra crap. So yeah, let me try to install the Photos Legacy real quick. Okay, so for some reason I'm getting another error. I'll have to look at that later. Most people probably don't want this anyway. If you want to install it manually, just open up the Photos app and go to Settings, and it's down here at the bottom. Get Photos Legacy. when I searched this on the store, it wasn't coming up. So I don't know. I think this is a bit hidden. Um, so this is what it looks like. For some reason, you can't actually uninstall like the the new Photos app and have this one still work. Like if you uninstall the new one, it breaks this. So there's somehow like some dependency with Photos Legacy. Um, but anyways, uh, the script has an option for the actual like original photo viewer. Um, so like that would probably be what most people would want to use instead anyway. So other than the classic apps, not too many major things have changed. I will say I added an auto restore point creation when you use backup mode. So if you use backup mode and you're using the UI option, it'll open up the restore point dialog for you to create one. But if you use the non-interactive mode, it'll just make one automatically with like the current date and stuff. So that's a one way you can easily revert this. If you have a restore point, you can just restore, and it'll all be back to how it was before you ran the script. Um, Other than that, I just want to touch on some like clarification things. So I guess first I'll start with like antivirus stuff. Um, this script is making advanced system changes. Any antivirus will falsely detect this is malicious because it can't tell, like, it just knows it's making system changes. It doesn't know that it's not malicious. So don't make an issue saying, oh, my antivirus blocked the script. Oh, it's not working. My antivirus blocked it. I can't control your antivirus. I can't do anything about that. You're going to have to disable it, uninstall it, whatever you need to do. I know Bitdefender definitely doesn't like the script. I think Windows Defender is fine with it, it seems. It's just a lot of the third-party ones are a little bit more aggressive, which, I mean, is a good and bad thing. Um, but anyways, so yeah, antivirus issues, don't make an issue. I'm going to close it immediately. It's not an issue. It's an issue with the antivirus. So yeah, with that out of the way, some of the other things, Windows Update was a big one. Um, I think a lot of people were just running this script without like reading anything or really understanding that the script is advanced and it's meant for advanced users. Obviously I made it easy to run with a easy UI and stuff, but on the back end, this is an advanced script making advanced changes. So obviously, with it being that nature of a script, Windows Update can cause a little bit of issues. I really recommend at least reading this issue and some of the comments. If you're someone that just loves to be on the latest Windows Update, which I do not recommend, please don't do that. But if you really have to, for some reason, just make sure you understand the implications of this script. For me, most updates install fine, as long as you avoid these situations I've laid out in this issue. I will say going from like the newest cumulative update to the update that just came out, like I think a couple days ago. Actually, I think it's down here at the bottom. Yeah, so this build does actually error. So if you're on like the previous cumulative update and you try to update to this one, it will error. Obviously you can dism restore health and that will fix it. The reason updates fail is because the script is removing AI components, so like actual system, capabilities. So Windows Update is going to try to repair them, but they're like fully stripped out, so that's why it errors pretty much. So yeah, after, if you really have to update, you may have to run some like dism repair commands and update, and then obviously you'd want to run the script again after you update because some things are going to get repaired. Yeah, I'm not gonna like try to fix this because there's no way to fix it. You either don't update, which that's what I'd recommend. Just disable updates and or pause them and update when you're ready to reinstall Windows. But that's a little bit more advanced. So for most people, you may have to run a few dism commands to repair it to allow the update to install. But it's really not a big deal. All right, so I guess the last thing I want to touch on, which kind of relates to the antivirus issues, is obviously I read some comments saying that the script is malicious. It's like it's a virus, like some crazy stuff. So first of all the code is right here. It's all in plain text. Nothing is obfuscated. If you can't read PowerShell, which is fine, so like I think PowerShell is pretty easy to read, even if you don't understand what's going on. Like you can tell the difference between if it's malicious or not. But if you can't, literally Control A and paste this into an AI, like it will do a good enough job of telling you if it's malicious or not. I mean, it'll probably say, it's making advanced system changes, blah blah blah. But I mean, that's to be expected. Like, I think I saw some people saying like, this was obfuscated, which it's not. This is plain text. That's not what obfuscated means. You can read this clearly. It may not be the easiest to read, but it is in plain text. And this is even my code. This is from Avio, which is well known. I mean, he has probably the most used trusted installer function. I mean, you can search on GitHub and find a ton of people using his run his TI function, which I wasn't using for a long time. I have my own, which works differently, but I have his in here as a backup, as a sort of a fallback method, just to really ensure that like the trusted installer privileges work every time. But other than that, I mean, the whole script is in plain text. Like, I'm not hiding anything. I have honestly like no interest in your information. I don't need any. I don't need to sell your information or whatever. And believe it or not, most malware doesn't target just the regular user. It's going to target a business. So it wouldn't even make sense for this to be like shipped as malware. So yeah, other than that, I'm going to keep updating the script with all the new stuff that they're adding. I don't really see it slowing down anytime soon. I mean, there's been a ton of backlash, obviously, but I think they're fully committed to this. So I guess in that sense, I'll be fully committed to updating the script. So yeah.